What's up, Blue Army, and welcome to my Leicester City versus Chelsea match preview. So if you don't know, Leicester City will take on Chelsea tomorrow, 5 o'clock kickoff in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup at the King Power Stadium. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys the match preview going into the game on Sunday at the King Power Stadium. So Chelsea coming to this game off the back of a very, very crucial win for the Premier League season, as they did beat Man City 2-1 at Stamford Bridge, which ultimately gave Liverpool the Premier League title, which for most people in the country is not what they wanted to see. But yeah, Chelsea did get the 2-1 win, which gave Liverpool the title, but for Leicester fans, more importantly, brought Chelsea only 1 point behind us in the Premier League. So Leicester will be hoping to get a little bit more confidence back as they come into this game on the back of a 1-1 draw at the King Power Stadium at home to Brighton on Tuesday night. Not the best result for the Foxes. It's been a pretty poor return to action for the Foxes, but hopefully we can turn that around tomorrow at the King Power. But I'm going to start off the match preview going through the Chelsea side of things before the game tomorrow in the East Midlands. So Chelsea are going to come into this game. They're going to be full on confidence, raring to go. They're going to see Leicester. They're going to see a weakness in Leicester after not coming back super strong after the coronavirus pandemic break, like the return of the Premier League sort of thing. They're going to see that weakness in Leicester, and they're probably going to look to exploit it. But in my opinion, I think Chelsea's style of play, a little bit more attacking, maybe pushing Leicester, is going to help Leicester a lot, because it's just going to leave gaps for Vardy and Barnes and people like that. So hopefully that will play to our advantage. But Chelsea will be aware of that. But I don't think they'll sit back. But I do think they'll be aware of Leicester like a bit like the opposition, playing more attack-minded, sort of flowing football. So I think Leicester will be wary of that. But Chelsea obviously going to come into this game absolutely full on confidence, raring to go. And yeah, I don't think Leicester are going to come into this game very confident. So Chelsea are going to look to exploit that. People like Pulisic, who has been really good since the Premier League returned. Abraham getting into good positions against Man City on Thursday night, and just Chelsea are just going to come in full on confidence, and Leicester are pretty low on confidence. Now getting into the Leicester side of things, going into the game tomorrow, I do think Brendan is going to get the side really up and running, thinking, okay, our league form hasn't been that good since the Premier League returned, so hopefully we can just get a little bit of cup form going, maybe get us to the semi-finals, because the FA Cup, Brendan said in the press conference, the FA Cup is really huge for Leicester, which it is. I would really love to get a major trophy under our belts, but I think beating Chelsea could maybe kickstart a bit of league form, which is what we need if we want to secure this Champions League spot. It's definitely still in our favour, the Champions League spot, but we've definitely let people think we might not get it in the last couple of games. So hopefully we can get a win against Chelsea and kickstart not only our FA Cup form, but also our Premier League form, so we can secure that Champions League spot. So I think Brendan's going to get the boys going. It's a cup game, anything can happen, let's put it that way. It's a cup game, FA Cup drama, anything can happen. Even though it's going to be behind closed doors, I do believe there'll still be the drama. It's a cup quarter-final. It's the latter stages of the oldest and biggest English Cup competition ever. So it's going to be an edge there. Without fans, we'll be behind them on the TV. So the players will know that, and hopefully we can get a win to kickstart our league form. Hopefully Dennis Praet will come back into the side. Jose Perez maybe for Damari Gray and Drew Tielemans. But now I'm going to get into my predicted team lineup for the game tomorrow down in Filbert Way. So in goal I'm going to have Kasper Schmeichel, just going to keep his space, doing probably one of our better players. James Justin was pretty poor against Brighton, but was good against Watford, and Ricardo Pereira is still injured, and we don't really have a better alternative. So JJ at right back. The two centre backs, I can't remember a time they did anything wrong this season. Johnny Evans and Keglos Yunchi, the two centre backs, just going to be solid as ever. Ben Chilwell left back, pretty good against Brighton, scored that goal against Watford as well. So yeah, hopefully he can stay good at left back. Ben Chilwell at left back. I'm going to go for Wilfred Ndidi at CDM. He's been pretty solid. Hasn't done anything amazing since the Premier League return, but he's just been doing his job quietly but very effectively. Wilf at CDM. I think Jose Perez is going to be fully fit now. He's a bit sore for the first two games according to Brendan, so I think he's going to come back into the side on the right. I think I'm going to go back to our usual 4-1-4-1 formation, which is really our best formation. That's where we played our best in sort of October, November time of the season, was when we really flourished and got all those points to make us in a very strong position for Champions League, but hopefully we don't choke it. Then the two midfielders, cams, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to go for Dennis Praet and James Maddison. Praet's going to come back into the side. He was really good before the lockdown and the coronavirus break. And Tielemans was poor before the lockdown and has been poor after the lockdown. Well, not the lockdown because we're still in lockdown. But, poor after the Premier League returned and poor when the Premier League stopped. So I think Tielemans is going to lose his place. Hopefully he can sort it out because he really, really needs to. He's been very shocking. Very, very shocking. And yeah, so Dennis Praet's going to come in. James Maddison has been pretty poor, to be honest, against Watford and Brighton. But hopefully he likes the big occasion. He's a bit cocky, not going to lie. He's very, very cocky, and I don't really like that. That's probably the part of him I don't really like. He's confident, which is good, but he's very cocky. But yeah, James Maddison, hopefully he can like the big occasion because he's cocky. But be confident in the big occasion. Hopefully spark some magic. Harvey Barnes on the left. Hopefully if Chelsea do play a little bit more attacking and they do leave gaps to their defence, he can exploit that on the left. He hasn't been great since the Premier League returned, but he can do that piece of magic but one striker up there is going to be Jamie Vardy. He was a bit isolated against Watford. Kelechi Iheanacho was probably one of our best players against Brighton when they tried to play two up front to stop Vardy being so isolated. It didn't really work. So I think Jamie Vardy is going to go back to being by himself up top, looking for that 100th goal. And yeah, so he's going to go up top and hopefully there's some gaps. He always does well against top 6 teams. Vards always does really, really well against top 6 teams. So hopefully that can get him that 100th goal. And if Chelsea leave a couple gaps in their defence, like I've said many times this video, he can exploit those. Our attackers can exploit those and hopefully we can get the win. But I am going to go for, this is going to be very, very controversial. But I am going to go for Leicester 2, Chelsea 2, and I think it is going to go to penalties, and Leicester are going to start to win on penalties. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Follow my social medias, they'll all be on screen now. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and share the video, and I'll see you for the match review. Stay safe, people. Have a good one. Check out Thomas Cartside, who has edited this video. He'll be on screen right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Have a good one.